this now with NH Ravindranath, who joins us from Bengaluru in India. He's a professor of ecology at the Indian Institute of Science and the co-author of a report by the UN panel on climate change. Really good to have you with us, Professor. I think it really doesn't come as a surprise that the World Meteorological Organization has found that this summer in the Northern Hemisphere is the hottest on record. We saw evidence of that across Europe earlier in the summer, and of course devastating wildfires which are still impacting parts of Europe. What's your assessment of how we got here? Is it the fact that we are seeing unchecked and uncontrolled climate change right now?
Yes, indeed. The first reason would be unchecked, emission of greenhouse gases in the last, especially in the last, 10, 20 years. Number one. Number two, this year also happens to be an El Nino year. It also adds to that. And as you mentioned, Antarctic, ice sheet has declined significantly, exposing the Earth, and the ocean temperatures are also higher. So many factors have contributed to make this June, July, and August of 2023 as the hottest 3 months on record.
Yes, and Professor, we know that the world has essentially agreed that we need to get the climate change or global heating back to below pre-industrial levels so that it doesn't exceed 1.5 degrees Celsius of warming each year. You have contributed to many articles to the UN's Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. Do you believe that that target of not exceeding 1.5 degrees of warming is essentially out of reach now?
Indeed. In fact, according to some of the model projections, in the next 5 years, the world may breach the 1.5 degree global mean target. That means that we're going to face extreme climate in at least one year of the next 5 years will be the hottest year. And the Paris Agreement has a target of keeping the global warming below 1.5 degree. But this year, in fact, August, some parts of the world were already hotter than 1.5 degree compared to the historical period. So that means some parts of the world are already experiencing that extreme 1.5 degree plus warming levels. And in the next 5 years, the global mean will cross the 1.5 degree mean. So what the world is doing is surely inadequate.
Okay, Professor NH Ravindranath, we will have to leave it there, but thanks so much for sharing your analysis with us here on TRT World.